So, Namaskar, welcome you all the learners. Today, myself, Dr. Harish Kumar, is going to discuss about ethics in public relation. At the same time, I'm also going to discuss about two professional bodies of public relation, and these bodies are International Public Relation Association, and I'm also going to discuss about Public Relations Society of India. Basically, these two organizations are working hard just to maintain different kinds of ethical norms, and they are also just spreading a kind of professionalism in public relation. So basically, firstly, I'm going to start about the concept of ethics. There are a few questions which comes in our mind, and today I'm going to just discuss about these kinds of things. So basically, the first thing comes in our mind: what is ethics? Ethics could be a kind of moral philosophy, value, the value system which we are getting from society. Apart from it, you'll find that there is not any legal obligation, but it's a kind of it's a social kind of social pressure on us. And apart from it, you'll find that as far as ethical concern are concerned, basically you find that whenever you think before working any kind of thing, you feel whether it is right or whether it is wrong, it is fair or it is unfair, it is good or bad, or sometimes you are also thinking whether you are a responsible person or irresponsible person. So basically, why these things are coming in your mind? Because you are having some ethics, and whenever you are doing something against your ethics, always questions comes in your mind. So just you have to think about it, that ethics are the kind of values, ethics are the kind of norms that we are getting from the society. Apart from it, you can say that as far as ethics are concerned, you'll find that in ethics, the most important thing is about the trust or reputation. Because if you're going to lose your trust or reputation, nobody can believe whatever you are going to say. So basically, you have always to maintain the trust level or reputation level. Apart from it, you know that if anybody wants to associate with your own organization, at that particular time, that particular person is thinking whether they can trust on the kind of organization or not. So because that there are certain kind of thing which are very important for you, because you have always to be thinking about the credibility of yourself, and there must be kind of professional credibility. So basically, as far as different practitioners are concerned, they must balance and satisfy as in different kinds of approaches, like the public interest. They have to think about the public interest, not they have to think only about their own interest, but whether they are going to do something positive for the public or not. This particular question comes in the mind of each and every person. Apart from it, you have also to think about clients expectation, whether you are able to fulfill the expectation of the client or not. And there are certain kind of professional code and ethics also. Each and every professional should follow that protocol norms. And apart from it, you'll find that each and every person is having his or her own personal value system, like honesty is there, punctuality is there, just not to disclose each and everything in front of others. This is also one of the things that you have to be taken care of. Apart from it, you will find that as far as ethics are concerned, why it is important for us, I'm just citing one particular kind of quotation, and which was given by Edward R. Murrow, and he said that we can't make good news out of bad practice. So if you think that in public relation you are really going to create a good news with bad practices, so you have to think that it's not possible for you, because you can gain some benefit in short run, but as far as in long run, you'll face problem, because at the same time what you're going to do, most of your effort would be in hiding the facts, hiding the information. Each and every time you are going to put your energy in doing wrong kind of things. And in this way, you'll not be able to achieve your organizational goal. So that's why whenever you are going to create a good news, you should not be doing bad practices. You should always be doing good practices. So what are these good practices? So basically, before I would like to tell you about these kinds of practices, what are the complaints, as far as the complaints are concerned, we should know there are different kinds of complaints about public relation. So I would like to discuss here about what are these complaints. Sometimes there's a complaint that uh, in public relation, different professionals just try to mislead the public. So you have to think over it, that if you're going to mislead the public, for a time being, they might be, might be molded in a particular direction. But ultimately, it is going to affect the organization badly. And what is happening that they will also be telling something which is not good about the organization to others. So basically, you have to be very careful. You should not mislead the public. Actually, what is happening that ultimately it happens that for the sake of image building, what do? You're not thinking about the reality. Sometimes reality is something else, and the kind of image that you want to project is something high. You should be, at par. It means you should take the facts, you should take the information, which could be very helpful in image building. So basically, as far as the credibility of information is concerned, the credibility of information is very important, because if there is no credibility, then it will be going to create misinformation. And misinformation is always bad whenever you are going to create a kind of relationship with the public, whenever you want to create a kind of image, positive image, whenever you want to manage the crisis, then you should always properly inform the public. And one more thing is that sometimes you are going to hide the fact, you're going to hide the information, you're not going to take the opinion of public. There is no proper platform where public can discuss about their own issue. So in this approach, you are going to create a lot of barriers. So these barriers always become barrier for the organization, and that's why you have not to do these kinds of things while you're going for public relation. So let us discuss about different kinds of ethical issues which are very important as far as public relation is concerned. And these are very important for us, because when you want to survive in the profession, when you want to uphold in profession, then you must follow these professional or ethical norms and value system. So basically, you have to avoid these kinds of things, because there are different kinds of ethical issues are related with it. Like, you're going to withhold the information from the public because you feel that this particular information is more beneficial for the corporate house or organization, and that's why you are going to hide the fact from the public. It's not good. If later on the public is getting that information from any other sources, then what will happen, you can understand. Apart from it, one more thing is very important, that if you're going to use directly or indirectly paying for independent or objective views or opinions, you have not to indulge yourself in these kinds of activities, like paying money, or whenever you are going for lobbying, and in lobbying you are just trying to give breviary to a particular kind of person. So these are not good practices, and ultimately later on you will be you'll face a kind of problem. So that's why you have to do the kind of practice which is acceptable, which is based on honesty, which is based on transparency. There should not be any biased approach, because sometimes it happens that uh, the public relation professionals are biased one, and that's why if they are biased, then they are not going to share the information properly. Their approach is different. They are not very loyal, because loyalty is required. Loyalty is from the professionals, loyalty for the public. So basically loyalty is very important, and there must be kind of unbiased opinion. You should not be biased with any particular person. You should not biased with any particular organization. You should not be biased about yourself. Sometimes what we are going to do, you are going to distort the reality. Reality is something else, and you are projecting that reality is something else. So basically the kind of picture that you are going to create, what is happening after a certain time, when the reality will come, then you will lose credibility. And credibility is one of the most important thing in public relation. Once you lose your once you lose your credibility, it takes time to manage the credibility. It takes time to gain the credibility again. Propaganda. Sometimes it happens that propaganda is also being used as a tool of creating a very good image. But in public relation, basically we have to avoid using propaganda, because in propaganda, what we are going to do, we are going to exaggerate the information. We are just trying to build the image such in manner uh, in which we are going to create some kinds of wrong sources through which we are going to project that this particular company, this particular corporate house, or this particular person is great, or this particular person is best or better than others. So propaganda is a kind of wrong kind of tool, and we should avoid using this particular tool in public relation. Apart from it, you'll find that sometimes what happens that there are different kinds of questionable kind of promotional activities are there, uh, which is not good in good in sense. And apart from it, you are going to create dummy events, or the kind of thing in which we are going to you know uh, in which you are going to promote the things in such a manner which is not real in manner. So basically, we can take the example, a few examples in which what happened that the public relation agencies try to, breach the norms, and in this manner, different corporate houses or companies had to face the problem. The example is related with British Airways, because British Airways suspended its head of public relations after he collaborated with other major airline companies to determine a strategy relating to fuel surcharges. So basically, what is happening that being a public relation professional, it's your liability, it's your responsibility not to disclose the kind of thing, not to associate yourself with other organizations or competitors organization at the same time. So there must be kind of value system. So on the basis of it, we can say that the value system or different kinds of norm or ethics are the need of the profession. Why? Because we are learning a lot from society. We are learning from different kinds of professional society, and we are if we are working properly, then we are going to survive for a longer time. So that's why we should not be thinking for short-term gain. We should think about long-term gain, which is based on concrete kind of thing. We should be based on concrete the kind of thing. Otherwise, you'll lose credibility, you'll face problem, and there might be some cases could be filed against you for defamation, for the if you are going to disclose any kind of confidential documents, then there might be some cases against you. So basically, as far as different kinds of ethics are concerned, these ethics should be part and parcel of each and every public relation professional, like honesty. So basically, honesty should be the policy of the profession. You should be honest about your profession. Accuracy, it means you should be providing accurate information, the information that should be credible in one manner. Apart from it, you should not going to disclose the kind of thing, confidential kind of thing, because you are able to know a lot of things, which are the which are the main documents of the organization. And if you are going to disclose that particular thing to the competitors, then the organization could be in a problem. So that's why, being professional, you should not just try to disclose the things which are very confidential in nature. Apart from it, you should not be biased one. If you are biased one, then your approach will be different. Apart from it, if you are going to hide the fact, if you are going to use wrong means, if you are going to use it to as a tool, you are going to use propaganda. So you should not avoid these kinds you should avoid these kinds of things. You should not use these kinds of element as far as public relation is concerned. So right now we have discussed about different kinds of ethical value system or norms that which we are supposed to follow. And that's why we have just put some just light on this particular aspect. And now I'm going to discuss about a few professional bodies. Basically, these professional bodies are just trying to provide us a kind of information. They are providing us a kind of value system. And whenever we are going to associate ourselves with these organizations, we are getting some value system. And basically, they are just, they are just giving us a kind of value system. So these two organizations we are going to take one by one. The first organization is it's quite famous, the International Public Relations Association. It is, in short, we call it International IPRA. So basically, there is a particular fact related with IPRA, International Public Relations Association, because it was conceptualized in the November 1949 during a meeting in London between two Dutch and four British public relation practitioners. So basically, you'll find that as far as this particular organization is concerned, the reason behind it is to strengthen the profession of the public relation, at the same time just to make a proper norms. And basically, this particular organization was established so that it can work at a international level. So as far as the formulation is concerned, as far as formation is concerned, you'll find that the International Public Relations Association was formally established in London on May 1st, 1955, with the adoption of a constitution and the appointment of the first IPRA Council. So now I would like to know that what is the objective behind the establishment of IPRA, International Public Relations Association. The objective behind it was to become most relevant, resourceful, influential, professional public relation association. It means just to connect different kinds of professionals together and provide them a kind of resource, or just to influence the influence the PR professional so that they can be a part of this particular profession. Apart from it, the objective was to promote or exchange of information and knowledge among PR professionals across the globe. It means the purpose was to provide a free flow of information to all the public relation professionals, whether they are living in any particular country or they are living abroad. Apart from it, one of the most important thing was to raise some ethical standard, because if there is no body, there's no one who can monitor the ethical value system which is prevailing in the profession, then it could be creating a problem. So that's why it was decided to make some ethical standard that each and every person or professional has to follow. Apart from it, the objective was to provide both intellectual leadership and cooperation in public relation practice, because intellectual leadership is required, because in which particular direction public relation will go, uh, it should be decided by different intellectual person. after brainstorming, after after observing the things, after proper research, basically the organization is able to decide about this particular kind of thing. And in this regard, International Public Relation Association also came with a few codes, the code which are related with public relation. So basically, the code is, you can say, or it is also being called as some principles of conduct, which highlights the moral, ethical, and social responsible aspects of profession. Each and every professional should be responsible one about the profession. There should be morality. They all should follow different kinds of ethical norms, and it should be these norms, the codes should be part and parcel of the the whole universal system. Apart from it, it is going to justify the value system which we are getting from the society, which we are getting from our own culture. So basically, you find that as far as this body is concerned, it also came as in public relations. Basically, IPRA has adopted several ethical codes, and I have already discussed with you about different kinds of things. So basically, this particular organization is working at international platform. Now I'm going to take another one, and this particular organization or professional body is related with India, which one is called as a Public Relations Society of India. In short, we call it PRSI. So basically, as far as Public Relations Society of India is concerned, it is the apex professional body of all public relation practitioners of India. Actually, it has 40 chapters spread across the length and breadth of the country. And apart from it, you'll find that as far as Public Relation uh, Society of India is concerned, it was established in the year 1958, and the society functioned as an informal body till 1966, when it was registered under the Indian Societies Act. Actually, Kali H. Modi was the founder of Public Relations Society of India, and his tenure was from 1966 to 1969. Till 69, you'll find that the chapters were launched in different parts of the India, like Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, and Kolkata. And the first All India Public Relations Conference was held in New Delhi on April 21st, 1968. As far as membership is concerned, because Public Relations Society of India is promoting public relations, especially in India, the membership of the society is open to any person and also to any firm, body, corporate house, or association of different person. If a person is desirous of becoming a professional member, then that person should have a professional degree or diploma in public relation or mass communication or advertising or journalism, and should have been engaged in the public relations activities as defined by the society for a period of at least 5 years in executive cadre, not in a staff category, and it should have made a contribution to the practice of public relations. Apart from it, each application for membership is forwarded by the regional chapters to the National Council for consideration with the recommendations regarding acceptance and classification, and forwarded the same to the Secretary General for consideration of the National Council. So basically, each and every person who is doing practice of public relation can be a part of Public Relations Society of India, and in this way we can have some professional code of ethics also. As far as Public Relations Society of India is concerned, Public Relations Society of India is also promoting different code of conduct, and it is trying to make a kind of system which are which is based on a common kind of thing, and uh, it is avoiding some conflicting kind of opinion or conflicting kind of views. So basically, you'll find that as far as Public Relations Society of India is concerned, basically it's going to contribute or to the achievement of the moral and cultural con- conditions, enabling human beings to reach their full stature and enjoy the indefeasible right to which they are entitled under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. It means it is just trying to protect the human right of each and every individual. Apart from it, it is just trying to establish communication channel and foster essential information, which is not only required for the corporate house or organization, but it is also required for public. It is also required for all the professional. It is this particular body is also just trying to maintain confidence level through proper information. If you are having credible information, proper information, and you are associated with a kind of organization, basically the confidence level will be more. And at the same time, it is just trying to create a bonding between professional, between profession and public, and you'll find that private body. So basically, there there is a kind of proper relationship with within public and as well as profession. Apart from it, there is a kind of concept. Concept is related with Universal Declaration of Human Rights that each and every individual should be following all the kinds of norms, value system, and because if it is going to affect the right of a human being, then there could be a particular action against that person. Apart from it, there is a kind of carefulness in circulating the information. It means the credibility must be there, or there should not be any kind of misleading information. Facts should be checked properly while circulating any kind of information, or there should be a proper or honest approach. Honesty should be there as far as profession is concerned. It means it is promoting honest behavior in the profession, and at the same time it is just trying to understand the law of the country, because at the same time different public relation professionals should also follow the law of the country. If they are not following, then the law may be the law can take action against the professional. So basically today we have discussed about uh, different kinds of ethics, and we also discussed about two professional bodies. Basically, these two bodies are very important for us because these two bodies are not only just promoting public relation profession, but at the same time they are also just continuously monitoring the kind of thing. They are monitoring whether different public relation persons are properly doing the job. They are just incorporating different kinds of traits, whether they are following different rules, regulations or not, whether their approach is proper or not. So that's why you'll find that when we are going to follow the norms, whenever we are just taking care about the value system, whenever we are taking about care about human right, then you'll find that we will be able to make the world in which each and every person could survive. So that's why our main objective behind public relation is to gain uh, to get some credible image, or just to maintain image, or just to manage the crisis. So that's why if we are going to follow all these norms and value system, certainly we are going to just complete our task and we are going to achieve our objective and goal. So with this I'm going to conclude the session, and with any other topic I will meet again. Till then, I would just like to say please take care and namaskar.